Hello, it's Amanda. And as we get closer to the back to school time, I wanted to jump in here and share some of my top tips for natural things to help kick off the school year, keep it healthy, all the fun stuff. And the first thing I'm going to start with, tea tree oil. Anyone know why tea tree oil is such a great oil when we get ready to go to back to school, especially if you have children in the younger ages? And this can be any time of year, actually, daycares, whatever it might be. But tea tree oil is super powerful and it is known to help prevent and keep away head lice. Okay. I know that's not maybe the coolest thing to talk about, but it's a real issue. And when your kids come home with it, it's a pain in the neck to get rid of. It takes a lot of work and time. So I just want to teach you how to be proactive. And this has worked so well. I know even back when I was teaching, people would have little sprays that they'd spritz around, and it really, really can be effective. So you've got a couple of options with tea tree oil. You can take a spray bottle. You can put, this is a 4-ounce spray bottle. You can put about, wait, this might be an 8-ounce. No, I think this is 4-ounce. Anyway, okay. But this is about, you would do about 25 drops of tea tree oil, the rest water. Or you could put a little bit of rubbing alcohol or witch hazel with it if you want for staying powder. Now, tea tree oil is very medicinal smelling. Not everyone loves the smell. If that's you or your kiddos, feel free to add some extra like wild orange or lemon, another like citrus scent that you like. But I will tell you, when you spray this on, you're going to spritz it around. Like if it's a shirt they're wearing, a sweatshirt, you can spritz it around the collar of that. Spritz it on the outside of the backpack. In the winter, spritz it on the inside of the coat collar, the coat hood. That's a way to use it proactively in a spray form. Okay. And like I said, if you want to add some other oils to just make it smell better, you absolutely can. A tea tree spray also works great for cleaning anything. It's naturally antifungal, antibacterial. It's like a powerhouse oil. So when you have this mixed in your spray bottle, you absolutely can use it for other things. Okay. Actually, a shower cleaner if you want. So that's the spray bottle. It's a great idea. You can set it, wherever you go in the morning before your kids are getting on the bus or you're getting them in the car. And then just remember to spritz, your tea tree spray. Now, another tip that I like to teach is adding some drops of the pure oil to your shampoo and your conditioner. And why not do both? Why not be as proactive as we can be? Tea tree oil is also very good for like dry scalp and skin issues in the hair as well. Can be helpful with dandruff and things like that. So win-wins, right? So you can take whatever shampoo it is you use. I highly recommend using natural shampoo if you can, because you don't want to be putting all those toxins and gross chemicals right up by your brain, right on the top of your head. So using a natural shampoo, you can take your tea tree, just literally open the lid. This is a pump bottle, so you're going to have to take it all the way out. And I would add about 20-ish drops to this size of bottle. You could do more if you want. It really is up to you. And then I would do the same number in the conditioner bottle. And so if they don't use the shampoo every single day or the conditioner every day, they're getting it in the shampoo. You can also make the spray as an extra protective layer. So started off with the hot topic, lice, right? No one likes to hear about it. We don't want to talk about it, but hey, if I can share some tips and help you be proactive, so hopefully your kids do not come home with it, or if you work in a school, you need to do it for yourself. If you're a teacher, a teacher's aide, whatever your role in the school might be, this is super, super important for you too, because I don't want anyone to have to waste time dealing with head lice this school year, okay? So there's your tea tree tip. Now, the other one I want to just point out, and this is so important, and we want to start being proactive before the school year actually starts, right? So On Guard oil, everything On Guard. There's hand soap, there's laundry soap, there's the hand sanitizing spray. Make yourself a roller of On Guard. If you have the oil in the bottle, you can do a roller. If it's for a really younger kid, you can do about 15 drops of On Guard, the rest coconut oil, and you're going to be using this daily. If it's adult dosage, 30 drops of On Guard oil into the roller, the rest coconut oil. And so this roller, what are we going to do with it? We're going to roll it on the bottom of the feet, morning and night. The closer we get to the school year, boost it up to twice a day. Now you can do it once a day all year long. If you're a family and people tend to get sick a lot in your home and they're, around a lot of germs all the time, use your On Guard daily, not just during the school year. The school year is usually the time I teach people like Double it up. Do it morning, do it night. Put it by your kids' bedstands. Teach them to do it themselves. That's one of the best things you can do, is empower your children to be proactive with their health. And by putting this on, we've seen so many families that used to get sick all the time, use all their sick days, and just this one healthy habit of rolling the On Guard on has really helped them stay healthy, avoid doctor visits for colds and flus and sicknesses that come up in the fall and winter season. So huge tip with your On Guard. Now, also, they do make a roller called Stronger, and this is in the kids collection, safe for newborns on up. And this you can use instead of on Guard if you want. So whichever one you have, if you want to get this one, but this can, same thing, bottom of the feet, down the spine, but feet morning and night to be proactive. It's the protective blend to really help boost up that immune system. The other thing I like to mention with these On Guard or the Stronger roller, someone's having an earache, a little scratchy throat, something going on, you can put it right on the area of concern from your diluted roller bottle, okay? So use it all the ways. The more ways you can get On Guard in and on and around you, the better it's going to be. When you diffuse the On Guard oil, if you are in a daycare setting, a classroom where you can diffuse essential oils, if you're a homeschool mom, diffuse the On Guard because it's a powerhouse at keeping germs away. And so it's a great one. We diffuse it a lot in the fall, winter season in the health food store, and it smells so good. It smells like fall. And if you want to change up the way On Guard smells, you can add extra scents to it. You want it to smell a little bit more like cinnamon, you can add some cinnamon, extra cinnamon bark to it. You want it to smell more citrusy, add some extra wild orange. That's one of my favorite things to do. Or you could add extra lemon oil with it. You can get creative. And a lot of people, I actually, in the fall, I like to diffuse On Guard and Breathe together. Those two make a really powerful combo to keep the air and just open up your airways, respiratory, but keeps the germs at bay. So lots and lots of ways you can be using your On Guard. You can make a natural cleaning spray with your oil. You can do all kinds of things to save you money and, most importantly, keep you and your family healthier. So those are the early tips. Another item that I'm going to show back to school time, this is called the Breathe Stick. And it's just a little roll-on stick. You can put it on the cough, congestion, put it right on your chest. It's ready to use for kiddos and adults. I think it's a great one to have in the collection. And then we know that as we get out and about more, germs start to fly, sicknesses start to roll. And so this is a pre-made sanitizing spray. And you can literally just anytime, when you travel, you're going on an airplane, put it in your hands. I like to breathe it in too because it smells so good. But the other tip on this one, if you have this in a bottle and it goes empty, just use your On Guard oil, put about 20, 25 drops, a little bit of rubbing alcohol or witch hazel, the rest water, and keep refilling it. And you can remake these and everyone in the family can have it for on the go. And so that's On Guard. And then some of the other oils that become really popular, we're going to do a whole nother video on this, but anything for emotional support. We want to make sure our kids are sleeping well. We want to make sure they're stress-free. Going to school for the first time, a new classroom, a new teacher, a new school building, like all of that brings up a lot of emotions, not just for parents and adults, but for the kiddos. And so we want to make sure that we have some oils around that are really, really good for emotional support. And one of the oils that it sells like crazy at back to school time, it's a huge oil, Adaptive. And I know a lot of people that use this one ongoing and all the time. And once you've experienced it, you'll know why. It's very good for stress and calming, but also has some wild orange. It can be very powerful for helping kids stay focused during the school day. But it really is, it's literally called the calming blend. It says right on the label, calming blend. So you want your kiddos to feel good going into school, roll it on the heart, roll it on the back of the neck before the school day. If they can take it with them and use it throughout the day, that's awesome. Encourage that. And then just remind them to apply it as often as they need it. They start to feel stressed, there's something going on, use it often. There's also other great oils for emotions in the kids collection. There's Brave, there's Thinker, there is Balance oil. That one was like the huge popular one for back to school time before doTERRA had the Adaptive oil. So there are a lot of options and combinations. So figure out what your kids like the smell of the best, what seems to help them the most. And sometimes it's kind of fun just to switch up the blends. Frankincense is a powerhouse oil that can really help us with like emotions, big emotions. And so there are a a lot of options you can do. And the other thing about On Guard, I forgot to grab my capsules, but these are little baby beadlets. And these beadlets have a quarter of a drop of oil. They're super small. So even like young kids can swallow them. They probably won't want to bite it open because On Guard is a little bit spicy. It's a little warm flavored, but the beadlets are very, very helpful during the back to school year, just so your kids can chew, chew, chew. And then the soft gels have some extra ingredients. They have the On Guard oil, but then they have Melissa, black pepper, and oregano oil in them. And those can also be used on a daily basis to be proactive, or you can take extra On Guard soft gels if you start to feel under the weather. So these are just a few of my favorite tips as we're heading back into school season. And I want to just do whatever I can to share the information and help all of us, right? Just stay a little bit healthier, better focused, better emotions. We all operate better when we're feeling our very best. And I want it to be a really great school year for all of you. Have an amazing day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I hope if you like what you're seeing, you will share it with your friends and your family.